football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Today, it's the second of 3 games here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
At their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19. Panther Street. Let go.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a second and 3.
And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Here's second and 3.
Ready.
Back to throw. Hood. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready up. Let's go. Panther 60.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. He's got it to the 43 here.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still, a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the 43, here's a second down and 6.
Get it.
Operating from the gun. Hood. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as they get this down inside the 35. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12.
Come on. Hey.
Looking to throw. Hood. That's complete right side. It's to Slaw. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's third and 3.
Third and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Ready.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard third-down conversion. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
I've been waiting on a drummer to kick off a comeback song. I've been waiting in the wings.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, first and goal.
79 Broncos, 60 Vikings.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Open man right side is St. Brown. Only a yard of the completion in second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the 7-yard line.
Let's go now. Ready to go.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there, turned it all around. Big moment.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
But we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, and somehow you have to compartmentalize, put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up third and 1.
Japanese denim flying straight from Manapon. Rolling out to Durban, Baba pudding with some prawn. Then I fly out to Miami and I'm eating like a don. I go to Miami.
Third down and 1.
Here we go. Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Let's go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Check, Matt. Ready?
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's good.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun. Hood. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On the jump.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw. Hood. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of the best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Hood. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Curtis Jones, the linebacker, with a sack.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Come on, come on. Set. Cowboy 80. Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. Hood. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 4 yards out. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7.
Will Reichard to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
Somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off. Turn this TV off.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Start. Cougar 19. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Go.
A man who played collegiately over at East Lansing. Here's Ken Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Walker now on first and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That stop made by Jack Campbell.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Joseph. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And that is no good. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the throw left side is complete on the diving effort. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I thought that was all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Okay, break. Let's go now. Ready?
On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He's a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
Do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole
whole squad on that rim. 0 to 100, real quick.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
2, 3, Lions. 60 boxes. 6, go.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
He was taken down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 3rd and 7.
Ready. Ready.
Back to throw. Hood. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Here we go. Start. Motion, motion, motion. 19, Charger.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown Lions. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7.
Seahawks 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half.
A gain of 14. First down, Seattle.
Now we go from angry and mad to happy and glad to find a solution for us. We go from tired and sad to ready to grab.
One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And able to get this out to the 25. coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think they get back in balance. It'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Let's go.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Third and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
A lot to pick on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. And going right back to Walker. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And Walker has it. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
13 yards on the
First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll get 5 out of the scramble at 2nd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Come on.
Throwing to start the drive. Hood. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Hood. He had him wide open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Get you something to build on for your next possession.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
This is 2nd and 8.
Let's go. We're going.
Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Joseph. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're like down a couple of scores in the rest of this quarter, and the entire fourth remaining, so stranger things have happened.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, they certainly have their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let it work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw again. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Running left is Walker. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 55 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced the high throw.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit.
18, Cowboy 80. Cowboy 80. Mustang 19.
He'll look to throw. And this one finds McConkey. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Ready.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up the fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. Watch do it. He survived outside off from the music. Turn his TV off. Ain't with my type activities, but don't you get involved.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
Y'all got to pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. Anybody more Power Ranger. Mine also dangerous. Y'all talk outrageous. Don't talk the matrix. Got that touch my favorite. Give me that touch of my favorite.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
The offense on third down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Hood. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to have a Lions first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurt. Gravity Lions. Let go.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Pass complete. That's Lovett. So the completion good for 6 yards. And This will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
3rd and 3.
Go!
Well, I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Looking to throw. Hood. He will have the conversion and more than that. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Travel like a dawn, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, they landed in France. Placing shows out in Germany, they bought in Japan. See these reps take me everywhere.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Now they get him the yard down to 16. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw. Hood. Over the middle, he's got to slow. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Back. 60 by. Up. Go.
Jacobs will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Go. Let's go. Ready.
Looking to throw. Hood. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And in for the Lions. Touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs from 3 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. After a break down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall with a hang back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew he was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Joseph.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Okay, ready?
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll drop the throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Come on. Hey.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly... This is intercepted. It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he's going to step up and run. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. $13 yards remaining on second down.
Down. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Back to throw. Hood. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The